Do you ever get fed up with all this wasteful packaging? Plastic, cardboard, that poppy plastic bubble wrap, ice packs, foam, the list goes on. Maybe, just maybe, I've found an answer. Stay tuned. To the future. So today, I would like to talk about Loop. Firstly, I have to say I love the name. It describes what is happening in their business model. It is simple to remember with its two circles, which in themselves are loops. Not that I have gone loopy myself yet, but Loop is one of those companies that I would really like to be as successful as possible. As soon as possible too. Single-use packaging. Ugh, what a waste. When there's a purpose-made, reusable alternative just begging to be used. Just like the old days when you used to have your milk delivered every morning in bottles, we're talking about proper, durable and lasting packaging that is intended to be reused, not merely some half-hearted corporate attempt to pander to sustainability. It is the type of packaging that you are not supposed to want to release to the recycling bin either. So what is releasing? It may be an odd word to use, but the beginning of the end of life's recycling journey begins when you say farewell to something because you really can't use it anymore. The longer that you can keep that from happening, the longer that you can undertake the recycling through reuse, the more sustainable and sophisticated you are as a recycler. After I discovered Loop via the community on the Ellen MacArthur course, I was intrigued enough to give them a try. I was on it, little Kel trying her best to be CirKel. The very first 4 products for me were muesli, nut and fruit variety, I'll show you here. The muesli comes in this attractive tin, alone, that is nice enough to have on the counter. White chocolate covered almonds, a little treat, but wow, £8.90 for such a chocolate treat. Then we have balsamic vinegar in Loop's own brand, that's Nivoli. And of course, who doesn't know, Heinz ketchup, classic glass bottle, who doesn't know the brand of course. This came in both of those came in contemporary glass bottles. That's the first time in years that I've seen that they're not in plastic. Either of these single-use items and the packaging would go into the recycling bins, but with Loop, this is not the case. Instead, it gets cleaned and reused, not by your local council via a glass bottle bag, but by Loop themselves. So you may have noticed in the little notes on the screen that there's a deposit. What's that, I hear you asking? Well, for every product, you pay an additional deposit fee. This is the secret psychological sauce. The deposit is 100% refundable, so don't worry. You can get your money back at any time. What it does though is act as an added incentive, a little nag in the back of your mind that will you think twice about being wasteful. It is your driver to make sure that you send back the packaging after you've used it. The deposit fee will be discounted from your next order, or if you choose to stop using Loop, your deposit balance will be refunded back to you once you send back the last of your packaging. As you've seen in my first order, I just grabbed a few of the kitchen staples. Here, all these weeks and months later, is my first tomato ketchup bottle. Well, glass bottle, which has lasted the duration. The only thing that I will say is I do miss the squishiness of the plastic, but sometimes you have to sacrifice to move forwards. Once I'm done with it, I'll rinse it out and send it back to be sterilised and be given a second, third or subsequent life reused by the next ketchup-loving customer. The more reuse cycles we can get from it, the more we can help out the environment. Reuse is especially important when we are substituting reusable materials and packaging for harmful hydrocarbon-derived plastics that are going to wash up on our shores and wind up entering the food chain, causing harm for decades, if not centuries to come. It is vitally important as there is a growing body of evidence that chemicals leaching from plastics into our food and water sources, such as bisphenol A, can rapidly and severely impact human fertility, something that requires a change in thought and practice now, not later. So how does Loop work? After signing up, you place your order online, much like any other supermarket. Then Loop delivers to your door. Off we skip to use the products, and then when finished, you can book an appointment for Loop to come to collect the empty packaging.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
That sounds a bit gross. Fear not. Loop also hygienically cleans and sterilizes all returns using technology similar to those found in the aerospace and medical industries. Finally, Loop refills and relabels so we, the customer, can simply keep on about our everyday lives seamlessly and without the need to leave your home, and in most cases, without generating any waste at all. Useful for anyone with an environmental conscious, who is still in isolation and who has been struggling with the waste packaging from home deliveries from the traditional supermarkets. For me, brands are not a requirement for my shopping. For that, in addition to named brands, Loop also offers their own brands, which you will see under the Navoli by Loop name. As I mentioned, I tried 3, and the products from that line, I'm content with both the quality, but obviously there is a small price premium for the bespoke service being offered by the Loop team. But it was great to see big names teaming up with Loop. These include the king, of course, with Coca-Cola, Kraft, Heinz, Danone, Persil and Finish, and the luxurious Molten Brown, plus many others. Everything that I bought tasted and behaved exactly as you'd expect. Shelf lives were the same as their equivalents in supermarket packaging, bottle and jar sizes still sit in the fridge or cupboard, and nothing had any higher calorific or preservative content as a result of being delivered in this way. It was all completely normal. Of course, you have to remember to be disciplined and not throw any of your packaging away by accident. I did have to run and quickly check a couple of times, but so far, touch wood, I've not succumbed to old habits. Instead, when finished, I give it a quick wash and directly place into the tote bag. This means that you do need to be careful that family and visitors do not accidentally throw something away. The tote bag has partitions in it specifically for this purpose. Plus, Loop supply extra packaging for bottles, which again I save in the tote bag and reuse when sending the item back. The box itself is, however, a bit of a beast. You can see it here, compared to me. This doesn't start out as a problem as the box collapses. However, as you start to refill it, you'll need to have somewhere to store it for the duration, which for many might be difficult in a small property. I even found myself using it as a side table on at least one occasion for just this reason. So the costs. There are no membership fees, just a refundable deposit on each product, and a separate deposit for the trusty tote delivery bag. If I did have to complain about one item, that would unfortunately be the price. Of course, money is needed to make each product packaging more sturdy and reusable. Look at it. Loop call this an active deposit. Although I'm sure I will see some eventual normalization of this via my subsequent orders, as the previous deposit is discounted from the cost of shops moving forwards. As a general rule, the deposit will be £1 per product and on occasions 50p for smaller items. The tote bag is very sturdy indeed, and they really package your products well. As pointed out on their website, the tote is designed to be shipped, cleaned and repaired for use again and again, so you can be sure that no one has tampered with it. However, these features come at a price, with the loan of the tote box represents an extra later refundable deposit amount on each order. Loop also encourages you to leave any packaging in the delivery box. They will recycle it for you, meaning that if there happens to be any waste, 0% of it is your problem. Return delivery. Here's my address and on the back their address. This comes in the form of 3 options. You can swap the box into your next DPD delivery, drop off at a local DPD collection point, or schedule a pickup directly from your front door. As mentioned, if you choose not to continue with Loop, all of your aggregated deposits will be refunded. Plus, each time you return a container, the deposit is added onto your next order. Therefore, you are never locked into the system. So there is really no reason not to give it a try for the sake of the environment. So the website, it's simple to use and has all the relevant categories. Overall, there's a wide choice of both cupboard food, household essentials, personal care and beauty, but as of writing, they do not yet delve into the fresh world of meat, fish, fresh fruit and vegetables, so it's not yet possible to do your entire shop through Loop. I can see this being a huge limitation for some, especially those who do not have ready access to a local substitute, as clearly it creates additional work or requires falling back to the traditional, less environmentally responsible supermarkets. Having said that, their range is expanding. I just had another little gander at the website, and there is a zero hassle, zero waste, nice dental gel, which I might try next time. Overall, I felt I was helping the environment, but currently not necessarily in my pocket. My hope is that more and more people can start to use the service, allowing better economies of scale to come into play. When the time comes that Loop experience won't break my little wallet, I predict that there will be a force to be reckoned with. This service is currently aimed at those who are pro-environment, but who also have a higher budget too. It would be terrible for a clumsy, non-caring student who may throw away the empties and not have the additional funds for deposits. So you are better off opting for budget shopping instead. For me personally, I've not used them for my regular weekly shop and see it as a longer duration option for the bi-monthly stock-up shop, where I refill the pantry. It seems Loop is doing more and more promotion, which is great. I follow them both on LinkedIn and Instagram, where you will find plenty of updates. Each time I visit the website, they are adding new named brands, which is positive and will help the appeal to a wider audience. Not only that, but when I did my first order in July 2020, they were not operating in as many countries. Now Loop is currently available in mainland UK, Paris, as well as across Canada and the United States. So it shows there is expansion and a desire for such a service in the more economically developed worlds at least. They're set to start in Germany, Japan, and Australia in the near future. I hope to see them expand their territories further in the future. Saving the planet starts with baby steps and small changes. If each of us make a small number of little changes, then in aggregate, we will have all made a lot of changes. This is a driving force behind Loop. And now, just to update you with some progress and exciting news about Loop. In addition to their recently announced expanded partnership with Tesco, they have teamed up with one of the most well-known fast food chains around. That is, of course, McDonald's. So I thought I'd wear red. The largest restaurant company in the world. The influence and potential of this partnership should not be understated. With a second large player signed up to the Loop model, it could be the tipping point for the business of keeping waste out of nature and keep valuable materials in use to go mainstream. The Loop McDonald's partnership will see customers taking their favourite McDonald's hot drinks on the go in a durable Loop created cup and can return the cups to participating McDonald's restaurants. The cups are collected to be individually cleaned and sanitised at dedicated facilities after each use, ensuring the reuse system, will be hygienic and safe. Currently, this is available in the UK as a pilot. Hopefully it will be rolled out to other countries and other continents soon. It is definitely something I'll be looking up and looking to go and visit. In fact, I think I'm going to head off and have a naughty McDonald's right away. So, if you have used Loop, either directly or via Tesco or McDonald's, let me know your thoughts of the experience below in the comments. Do you think it is a good idea, or does it seem like too much effort? I look forward to reading your thoughts and seeing if this makes you as excited as it does me. If you found this interesting, don't forget to hit the like button and click on the subscribe button below the video for more CirKelNomics.